In these problems, I'm going to write the first four terms of the sequences defined by these formulas. So in problem number 1, we have a sub k equals k over 10 plus k for all integers where k is greater than or equal to 1. So, first thing I'm going to do is find a sub 1 because k is greater than or equal to 1. So that's my first term. And I plug in a 1 for k in both the numerator and denominator, and I get 1 over 11. A sub 2 is 2 over 10 plus 2, and that gives me 2 over 12, which in lowest terms is 1 over 6. So I'm just plugging in just like we would use function notation, but this is sequence notation. It's pretty similar. And then we have 3 over 10 plus 3, which is 3 over 13. And finally, a sub 4 is 4 over 10 plus 4, 4 over 14, which equals 2/7. So that's my sequence. And I can write this as 1 over 11, comma, 1 over 6, comma, 3 over 13, comma, 2 over 7. And that is my final answer for that one. Let's take a look at number 3. Now in this problem, we have C sub I. So instead of using A as the name of our sequence, we're using C, perfectly fine. And instead of N or K, we're using I as the variable. That's perfectly fine too. So we can start off. Now in this case, we see that I is greater than or equal to 0 rather than 1. So that's fine. We'll start with C sub 0 then. And we get negative 1 to the 0 over 3 to the 0. And that gives me 1 over 1, which is 1. C sub 1 is negative 1 to the 1 over 3 to the 1, and that's negative 1 over 3, which is negative 1/3. C sub 2 is negative 1 squared over 3 squared, and that gives me a positive 1 over 9. And C sub 3 is negative 1 cubed over 3 to the 3rd, and that gives me a negative 1 over 27. So here's the first four terms. We don't have to go up to 4. In this case, it goes up to 3 because we started at 0. And so my sequence, first four terms, is 1 comma negative 1/3, comma 1 over 9, comma negative 1 over 27. And this would continue on, but this is the first four terms. That's what was asked for. And that's my final answer.